Dublin's ability to grow and recover from the global financial crisis is being disrupted by a lack of available office space. Speakers at Estates Gazette's latest Question Time event in Dublin heard just how difficult it is for start-up tech companies to expand in the city.
This time last year, Nitro, we're an Australian technology company headquartered in San Francisco and set up our European operation here in Dublin just a little over a year ago. We started off with 4 people. We now have 40 people in Dublin. We anticipate we'll get to 150 to 200 people over the next 2 to 3 years, if not more. One of the major issues and one of the prohibitive factors of us growing in Ireland and in Europe is office space in Dublin. We're at a situation where we want to grow, we want to create jobs in Dublin, but there is no office space available.
The lack of available office space in Dublin was the key theme for the night's discussion, with panellists disagreeing on how serious the issue is.
As somebody sitting here wanting to provide space to you guys, you know, we have the space. Now maybe the communication in the middle isn't actually linking up through the agents, but we have the space on offer, and we've got loads of ideas around reconfiguring. Some guys want to expand, some guys want to decrease. So there are live options there.
You know, I slightly disagree with Pat here. I think there is a shortage of space in Dublin, and I agree with the speaker. I think that is going to cause a problem for expanding tenants, and because people tend to look 1-2 years ahead, and I don't think there's any quick solution here, but I do think the solution is on the way. I mean, if you look at the history, and we all know what's happened here, we really had no activity, we really had no development companies or companies that were capitalised to develop here in the last number of years. We've now obviously had the REITs come back in the market, you've other companies like ourselves have come into the market.
The stats will tell us that there isn't sufficient development in the pipeline to meet the average take-up over the last, certainly over the last 10 years in average terms. But it is. I see developers starting to get themselves organised, and I see capital getting organised, and I see an awful lot more activity.
One short-term solution, according to speakers, might be to refurbish old space and convert existing oversupplied space in the retail sector to a different purpose.
I can think of 2 buildings off the top of my head that recently set the record for rent levels in the current cycle. I'm thinking of 30 Herbert Street, and I'm thinking of a building on Pembroke Street, which both were price setters in the current cycle, which I think proves the point that, you know, there is a stock of older space out there that could potentially be refurbished.
You know, I get this all the time where people they're meant to be running tech companies and they actually are on property searches all the time. And I think in order to bring about change, we need to connect up thinking. So I'm talking to you guys, and you know, and there's the startup commissioner now has we have this new Dublin startup commissioner that the city council has appointed to try and really re-gear themselves to be thinking and talking about the appropriate things that need to be done, the disruption that needs to happen, the change that needs to happen.
This is Nathan Cross for Estates Gazette.